Well, when it comes to AIDS, I think there's really a problem of definition of the threat and communication as well. A lot of people seem to think at the beginning that AIDS was what they call the gay cancer, that AIDS could just strike in the gay population, I guess because of their promiscuous habits. But you would think that right now this miscommunication is gone, but not only it's not gone, but there are some others that are appearing, like that AIDS doesn't kill anymore. And I think it is actually very important that, you know, the youngest part of the population gets involved into any event or, you know, any action that could actually spread the truth about this disease.
A lot of people just think that AIDS only affects gays, people who take drugs, right? But actually it is a very serious problem because there are a lot of people in the rural who doesn't really use condoms. They may know that there's AIDS around, but they always think that it only happens to other people, not to themselves, right? So the youngsters, especially when they go out, they meet new people, they have to be taught the right ways to protect themselves against AIDS.
About talking about AIDS in Thailand, I think it's something we need to take care of immediately.
One way to eradicate AIDS is to educate the new generation or the previous generation about how AIDS is actually spread.
Have the right idea of how the disease is transmitted, and in so doing they don't take the necessary precautions, you know, and if people take the time to educate themselves, they can actually find many ways to protect themselves. And I think it's a responsibility for each and every one of us who is actively involved in activities that might put us at risk of getting the disease to learn to protect ourselves as well as the people that are involved in those activities with us, you know, in every way. It's everyone's responsibility, not just the governments, not just people not just organizations that are fighting against this, but everyone's responsibility, their own personal responsibility to keep safe.
And I'm very aware of that problem. That is why I always tell young people, safe sex and just be careful. It's better to work a relationship slowly and a trust. But even then, you still got to be very careful.
We experiment a lot, but we don't protect. So we are at risk. We are in danger.
I think that teenagers are most at risk because if you're not in a stable relationship, you want to experiment, you're changing partners, or if you're kind of, and the moment you've got a partner that you really love, this is no more problem. So I think the younger you are, the more you're at risk.
I think every age is at risk because sometimes the parents has HIV and the children is born with HIV, so it's not very accurate to say which age is most at risk because everyone's at risk same time.
มหาลัย18 ถึง 22
รู้ได้ไง
วัยแห่งการเรียนรู้เห็นด้วยครับ
เราก็ว่ารุ่นพวกเราอะนะทุกรุ่นเราว่าทุกรุ่นแบบว่าถ้าใครไม่ป้องกันอะไรอย่างงี้ก็เป็นได้หมด
สำหรับน้องๆหนูๆนะครับที่อายุวัยรุ่นเนี่ยช่วงกำลังเข้าม.ปลายนะครับแล้วก็เข้ามหาลัยเนี่ยต้องระวังมากๆเลยเพราะว่าอย่างที่รู้แล้วว่าสังคมไทยเนี่ยก็ยังไม่ค่อยให้ความรู้ที่ดีเท่าไหร่กับเรื่องเพศนะครับฉะนั้นก็ต้องศึกษารู้จักป้องกันอย่าทำอะไรที่ก่อนวัยอันควรละกันนะรักได้แต่รู้จักต้องป้องกันแล้วก็ระวังตัวมากๆครับ
I would bring them to the Thai hospital to see the people dying of AIDS to wake them up.
Many ways. I think what we are doing is fantastic. You know, we're raising money not only to help children affected with AIDS. I think in doing so, we are bringing out a message loud and clear to also all the young people out there that we can make a difference in our own little way.
I would probably try and collect just 10% of the whole budget that is spent by international companies on their advertising campaign. to actually support more actively the research about AIDS?
I think besides donations, what everybody can do is not discriminate against people with HIV or AIDS. It's not infectious. You can shake people's hands, and I think it's very important that they're not stigmatized, that there is no discrimination, because as I said before, it's a chronic disease now, it's no more a fatal disease, and people shouldn't be be discriminated and be cast out from the rest of society. They should be invited into mainstream society. I think that's the biggest thing that anybody could do for people with HIV.
ถ้าถามถึงหากมีโอกาสช่วยคนพวกนี้ก็ผมก็อยากจะช่วยบริจาคหรือไปพบปะไปเจอพูดคุยเขาเพราะคนพวกนี้กำลังอยู่ในภาวะที่ย่ำแย่ทั้งจิตใจและร่างกาย
ก็ช่วยบริจาคสิ่งของตามมูลนิธิอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะ
ให้กำลังใจเขา
ดูเป็นคนดีนะ
แน่นอน
ก็ควรจะให้โอกาสด้วยแบบให้โอกาสทางการศึกษาแล้วก็แบบว่าเรื่องในด้านของสังคม